Ghost of Tsushima was one of the best games of 2020. With its beautiful open world design, engaging combat, melodic soundtrack, and an enthralling story, it was a complete package. And I was very happy with my $60 investment. But on October 16, 2020, Sucker Punch released a multiplayer game mode called Legends, which was the cherry on top, and best of all, it came with the price tag of nothing, which is so incredibly rare in the gaming industry nowadays. So we definitely need to talk about this game. Alright, so what does this new multiplayer mode entail? Well, after playing for more than 30 hours of it, here are my first impressions. Before you begin, you will be given a tutorial on all the different classes in the game, of which there are four, namely the Samurai, the Hunter, the Assassin, and Ronin. Each class has an active ability as well as an ultimate ability, which can be used either offensively or defensively depending on what class you select. Note that after you select a class, you can unlock the other classes as well as you progress through the game. Every class has a unique skill tree with different abilities being unlocked at different ranks, which can be achieved by simply completing any game mode, and said abilities can then be purchased with essence, a currency which can be obtained by completing story missions, weekly and daily challenges. Every class has to be ranked up separately, so keep that in mind. The gameplay revolves around loot and build creation. It is your standard fare of different rarity level gears denoted by different colors, with higher level loot having more perks that can aid you in your battles, so the harder the content, the better the reward payout in the end. It can really become addicting min-maxing your builds, and I had a lot of fun doing so. Matchmaking is really fast, with it not taking more than a minute at max, and to add on top of it, there was no noticeable lag either. I say this because the country I live in doesn't have good internet connections to most major servers like the USA or Europe, but I had no issues here, and even if they were very minor, so kudos to Sucker Punch here for their amazing netcode. Let's talk about the game modes for a second. Story missions are a simple three-part quest that can be completed with another player in co-op and offers three different difficulties: bronze, which is easy, silver, which is the normal difficulty, and gold, which is hard. The harder the difficulty, the better the loot, which is obvious, but the harder mode also brings in more challenging enemies as well, so it's a good way to test that fancy new sword you just received and putting it through its paces. The combat, just like the single player mode, is the defining feature here, and it works seamlessly. The other game mode is survival, which can be played with up to 4 players in co-op and is basically a horde mode equivalent, where you have to survive increasingly difficult waves of enemies whilst also defending 3 different zones. Each match can take upwards of 40 minutes, so you'll receive better loot the longer you survive. Bringing different classes in this game mode can be really helpful, as health is scarce and health regeneration from the single player mode is absent here, so having a healer on your team can be crucial for higher difficulties. This game mode can be very tense as you run around different zones defending them, and I would highly recommend this mode with friends so you can create strategies and communicate with each other effectively. Although, having said that, the game does support an in-game chat whenever you're playing with randoms, but even then, higher level activities with randoms can be a hit or miss. I haven't played the end-game content like the raids, but this is a first impressions video. But rest assured, I will be definitely checking them out at some point in the future. And the reason I made this video is to applaud Sucker Punch for making this wonderful experience. They didn't have to. Hell, no one even expected them to, but they did it anyways. And this sort of pro-consumer attitude should not go unnoticed. So please like this video if it resonates with you. And I hope you found it helpful in any way. If you did, then please subscribe and hit that bell icon. Also, don't forget to leave a comment about any future games you want me to cover on this channel. Lastly, I stream on Twitch from Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. British Standard Time, so drop by and say hello. Stay safe, gamers. Godspeed.